Hello, welcome to Faith of a Child Box videos, helping your family become saints together. Today I want to talk about, kind of show off these little sign of the cross cards that we include in everyone's first box as part of our welcome gift. They go with the We Are Catholic introductory lesson, and your set's going to come nice and shrink wrapped like this. So it's not going to be loose cards rolling all over your box. And so in that, you have a set of a little girl doing the sign of the cross, a set of a little boy. You have the words in English. These are out of order because my kids were playing with them. And then in Latin. And so I know these seem like, oh, my kid already knows the sign of the cross. These aren't very helpful. But really, I've designed them so that any age can play with these and learn something from them. So your youngest kids probably are just going to use the little boy and little girl. And so they can match up. Oh, they're doing the same motion. No. And find the ones that do the same motion and match them up. Oh, I can't even do it myself. Here we go. And they can match it up that way. And they double check by looking at the numbers on the back. And even your youngest kids can match that these two look the same, even if they don't know that this is the number 1 and this is the number 5. They can see that this is the same kind of shape. And so they can check their work that way. As they get a little bit older and they actually start learning the motions, they can just take maybe just the boy or just the girl, whichever they want, and put them in order. They put them in the order that you do the sign of the cross. And then they can check, and you might have to help them check this one to make sure that the numbers go in order, since they might not be able to read their numbers quite yet. But that can also be a help if you count with them. 1, 2, and so forth. And so I know that even my 6-year-old daughter has trouble sometimes with which shoulder you go to first. And so having her practice this is a great help just for her, to remind her of that. And as they put them in order, they can also play with the little boy to match them up at the same time. And then as they get, into reading age, they can start matching the words with the motion. And these also have the same numbers on the back to match. Very simple. And then your oldest kids who can already read and know the sign of the cross really well, that's why we have these Latin version. And we love introducing some of the Latin to our kids and having them know some of the prayers and kind of common phrases in the Catholic Church in Latin, because we just think it's a beautiful language and beautiful tradition. And so they can match up the English and the Latin here. And if you don't know that, then you can learn it yourself and say, oh, et Filii means and of the Son. And so then they can learn a little bit of Latin and match that up there. And then they can just mix it all up and play the same thing together. And, you can make some kind of little, maybe little card game out of it for your kids to play together. They might have to hide the backs of the cards instead of just playing it as Go Fish. But they can find a way to play with Go Fish in a little hat, and they just pull out. They probably can't see the backs because then they could see what it was. But then they can just find different ways to play with that. And I do want to give credit to Christina O'Brien. She has an awesome shop over on Teacher Pay Teachers. And she's the one who drew all these, or created all these beautiful little girls and boy doing the sign of the cross. So that is credit to her, because I definitely could not do that myself. And so these do come in everyone's welcome box. Your first box, along with lessons for that month, you get these really cute cards to go along with that first lesson. And we'll see you next time.